What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the best franchise on YouTube, the Washington Football Team franchise. For those of you that are new to the channel, man, go ahead and do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. I post a lot of franchise gameplays here on the channel, not just the Washington Football Team. I also have a Houston Texans franchise that I post. The links will be down below in the description. Please go ahead and check those out. But for those of you that have been following this Washington Football Team for a while now, we are now in week number 12, getting ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. And our Washington Football Team is on a 2-game win streak right now. Last time you guys saw us on the field, we were going up against the Dallas Cowboys. Ended up coming back there on Sunday Night Football, beating the Cowboys. We were down 14 points there in the first half, came back and won it in the fourth quarter. Amazing game. If you guys didn't check that one out, please go back and watch that game. It was just amazing. But this week we're getting ready to match up against the Chicago Bears. Like I said, we ended up coming off of a win week number 11 up against the Green Bay Packers, but we unfortunately didn't get to match up with our opponent, so we ended up taking the sim win that game. But yeah, you saw the little upgrade that we got there from that game. We had Kenny Clark to worry about. This week we have Roquan Smith to worry about, which I'm surprised that Roquan Smith is the guy that my offensive coordinator is worried about. Me personally, I'm more worried about Khalil Mack. He's still here on the Chicago Bears. They still have Goldman. This Chicago Bears defense is loaded. But you know what else is loaded? This Washington Football Team defense. You see, Khalil Hudson has finally gotten his superstar upgrade that he deserved way back. But it's all good now. You see, he has the superstar ability of Reach Elite. It's not the best ability in the game. I was hoping for either under pressure or no outsiders. I think no outsiders would have worked perfectly with this defensive scheme. But I mean, Reach Elite is a close second or third ability that I would have rather had on him. It could have been a lot worse, put it like that. But taking a quick look here at the Chicago Bears roster, see how their season's been going. Their record's not too good. Mitchell Trubisky seems to be having a bit of an issue with throwing interceptions, 37 of them to be exact. Tariq Cohen seems to be the go-to guy at the running back position. And then check out the receivers: Allen Robinson, Courtland Sutton, who else is that? Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet. They've been having pretty decent seasons. They're just unable to get the ball with Mitchell Trubisky throwing so many interceptions. Checking out the defense, like I said, we're going to be worried about Khalil Mack coming through with those sacks. 10 of them already on the year. Let's get to the field and see how our Washington Football Team handles the Chicago Bears. The 8-2 Washington Football Team getting ready to host the 5-5 Chicago Bears in this Week 12 matchup. Late season playoff push right here. Playoffs are definitely not looking like they're in the picture here for the Chicago Bears, but the Washington Football Team, on the other hand, just definitely trying to put ourselves in a prime position to have a nice high seed in the playoffs. And even though that doesn't really matter, playoffs is a whole different monster. Start things off here from the 25-yard line. Handoff goes to Antonio Gibson, who turns that into a gain of about 16 yards on his first carry of the day. First down to 10. Mac Jones dropping back to throw. Has a wide open Mike Evans, who is just unable to make the catch there. Mike Evans is our go-to receiver. To see him dropping passes, definitely not ideal right there. Second and 10. Handoff goes to Antonio Gibson, who finds the lane, gets all the way up to the 50-yard line for a gain of 9 yards. Third and short, handoff goes to Gibson once more, but Roquan Smith meets him in the hole. Ball's on the ground, and Roquan Smith causes not only the fumble, but gets the fumble recovery. Chicago here from the 47-yard line, first and 10. Trubisky under center hands this ball off to Tariq Cohen, who gets through the Washington defensive line, picking up a nice gain of 9 yards on his first touch of the day. Second and 1 from the 38-yard line. Mitchell Trubisky dropping back to throw, looking to go for Cole Kmet, but that ball is going to be intercepted by Emmanuel Mosley. 2 plays for the Chicago Bears offense, and their defense is right back on the field. Definitely not what they were expecting after that forced fumble. First down and 10 from the 43-yard line. Mac Jones dropping back to throw, and he throws the ball right back to the Chicago Bears. I don't know what I thought I saw there. I just felt pressure that wasn't there and made a horrible read. Granted, the Chicago Bears defense did a really good job on that play of just taking away all options. First and 10 from the 48-yard line. Talking about taking away all options, Landon Collins takes this ball away from Mitchell Trubisky. His second pass, his second interception. Beautiful coverage there. Now first and 10 from the 47-yard line. Washington looking to hold this ball a little bit longer. Going to hand this ball off to Antonio Gibson, who again gets a nice gain of 9 and 3/4 yards, gets us to a 2nd and inches. The handoff goes right back to Antonio Gibson, picks up the remaining yards for the first down to the 26-yard line. Washington definitely not trying to throw an interception here. Mac Jones dropping back to throw, looking, can't find anybody open, holding on to this ball and makes the smart decision to throw this one away. Don't want to force anything, especially with the way the interceptions have been happening so far earlier in this game. The first down handoff goes to Antonio Gibson. Looks like he had a gain of 3 yards there for the moment, but that's going to be coming back, holding on Brandon Sheriff. Makes that a 2nd and 20 from the 36-yard line. Mac Jones dropping back to throw, getting pressure here from Khalil Mack and sails this one, and that is going to be intercepted by Jalen Johnson. Mac Jones has now thrown his 2nd interception, as well as Mitchell Trubisky throwing his 2nd interception. Interceptions are happening early and way too often in this one. Again, we're still in the first quarter. No team has put points up on the board. Make matters even worse, Antonio Gibson got hurt on the play right before that interception. Ended up breaking his wrist or dislocating his wrist. Point is, he's out for the rest of this game. First down and 10, Mitchell Trubisky hands this ball off to Tariq Cohen, who makes Landon Collins miss in the open field, picks up the first down up to the 28-yard line. First down and 10 from the 28-yard line. Mitchell Trubisky back in the shotgun formation, handing this ball off to his running back, David Montgomery, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Ends up losing a yard on the play there. 2nd and 11 from the 28-yard line. Trubisky dropping back to throw. Hasn't had much luck and almost threw another interception. If I didn't go for the hit stick there with Khalil Hudson, he might have been able to get a pick of his own. Now 3rd down and 11 from the 28-yard line. Trubisky not wanting this Bears offense to get off the field, but he's getting pressure from Danielle Hunter, and he somehow gets this ball away. Avoids the sack, but that is going to be a 3-and-out for the Chicago Bears. And now for this Washington offense, Bryce Love is back here to return this ball, and Bryce Love just saw his responsibilities go up a notch. Bryce Love was just supposed to be the punt returner for the team. Now he's finding himself as carrying the load a little bit at running back. Good thing is, though, we do also have Trey Sherman. He's technically our fullback, but you saw in that matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, we did run Trey Sherman at the running back position a little bit. Here he is on 2nd and 2, and Trey Sherman's able to battle his way forward enough for the first down. 1st and 10 here for Washington from the 47-yard line. Mac Jones dropping back to throw, ends up connecting on the comeback route there to Steven Sims. Gets out of bounds at the 38-yard line for another Washington first down. 1st and 10 handoff goes to Trey Sherman and on a stretch run, and Khalil Mack ends up stopping him for a gain of only 1 yard. 2nd and 9, Mac Jones dropping back to throw, has Trey Sherman wide open in the open field. Stop and go by Trey Sherman, and he is gone 38 yards into the end zone for the first points of the day. Goes to the Washington football team. Trey Sherman, he's a threat in the run game and definitely out of the passing game. Most people don't really guard the fullback. Heck, most people in Madden don't even use their fullback. But me, I have a fullback that I would use, and I actually love using Trey Sherman. He's a really good option on this team. Like I said, I can move into the running back position, and even sometimes I can throw him out there on the passing route, and he does just as well. First down and 10 here for Chicago now. Ends up turning into a 2nd and 9 as Tariq Cohen is stopped for only a gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 9 across the middle. Wide open receiver is Allen Robinson, who breaks a tackle, getting all the way up to the 34-yard line for another Chicago first down. Mitchell Trubisky definitely trying to answer the points put up on by Washington, and he's under pressure from Chase Young. Ball's on the ground. Khalil Hudson on the recovery. Beautiful edge pressure there from Chase Young. That's exactly what I need out of my 2 X-Factor defensive ends. Washington takes over the possession of the ball, and Mac Jones almost threw that ball right back to Chicago again. Looking for Pat Freiermuth. Luckily, that ball only falls incomplete. Setting up the jet sweep here to Robert Foster on 2nd down and 10 in the open field, and Robert Foster is going to swerve his way into the end zone for the 2nd Washington touchdown. Robert Foster just turned on the Jets and left the Bears in the dust. Now, with a 14-point lead here in the 2nd quarter, Washington's defense just needs to come up big one more time. We don't need to force the turnover or anything. Like, we don't need an interception or a fumble. I mean, it would be nice. I'm not saying I don't want those things, but we just need to limit the scoring here for the Chicago Bears offense. They're starting things out on the ground. Handoff goes to Tariq Cohen. Ends up getting brought down after a gain of 5 yards to the 28-yard or 26-yard line. 2nd down, Cohen gets the handoff once more. He's able to turn that into a gain of 4 yards, getting the Chicago Bears to a 3rd and 1 situation from the 31-yard line. Trubisky under center, hands this ball off to Tariq Cohen, ends up finding a lane, and Tariq Cohen is in the open field, and nobody is going to catch him. Tariq Cohen at the 5 and into the end zone for the first touchdown of the day for the Chicago Bears. That's the problem with Tariq Cohen. I was hoping that I'll be able to get like a hit stick on him because Tariq Cohen in Madden is really known to fumble the ball. But at the same time, if you're able to get Tariq Cohen in open field, there's not too many guys on the defense or any team that could chase him down. Oh, dangerous throw there across the middle. Ends up falling incomplete there. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted, though. Second down and 10 here from the 25-yard line. Handoff goes to Bryce Love. Tries to turn the corner and ends up getting stopped in the backfield, actually right at the line of scrimmage. It looked like we lost a yard there on the play, but luckily we didn't. Third down and 10. Mac Jones dropping back to throw, looking for someone, anybody. Ends up finding Steven Sims, who makes an amazing catch in traffic there with two defenders on him. But Steven Sims held on to the ball, and it's enough for another Washington first down here. Handoff goes to Trey Sherman, who has a lane, tries to get a little bit of extra yards. Definitely had the first down, but we got a little bit greedy, but it's still a gain of 9 yards. Second and 1 here. Handoff goes to Bryce Love, and he's able to fight his way forward enough for a first down for the moment. And unfortunately, that's going to be called back. Pat Fryermuth called for the hold there, canceled out that first down, make it a second and 10 here. Handoff once again goes to Bryce Love, turns the corner, has nobody in front of him, and smartly takes a step out of bounds. Don't want to take any more hit sticks with any running backs. We don't want to lose anybody else. With the way our running back position is looking right now with Antonio Gibson hurt, I don't need to lose anybody else. And Bryce Love's carry, to be honest, is kind of low. Second down and 2. Oh, gosh, another interception. This one is intercepted by Roquan Smith. Mac Jones has just been having a heck of a day. That is his third interception that he's thrown now, and we're still only in the first half. First down and 10, Chicago running the ball here with Tariq Cohen. Ends up turning the corner, stepping out of bounds right at the 50-yard line, just short of a Bears first down, second and 1. A minute and 51 seconds left here in the game. The Bears are definitely trying to get into this end zone. Trubisky's on line one up to throw, ends up finding Cole Kmet underneath, ends up picking up the first down and steps out of bounds himself at the 42-yard line. Trubisky back to throw once more across the middle, ends up finding Allen Robinson, who breaks the tackle there, Troy Apke, and picks up a gain of 9 yards there to a second and 1 from the 33-yard line. Under center here now is Trubisky, looking to drop back to throw once more. Has an open receiver there in the flats, but goes across the middle. Beautiful catch there by Allen Robinson once more. Allen Robinson definitely showing to be the go-to receiver here for Mitchell Trubisky. Tariq Cohen's definitely just snapped the ankles there, Troy Apke, but he did his job, forced him to turn back inside, stopped that for a gain of only 6 yards. Second and 4, Trubisky dropping back to throw, looking for anybody, can't find anyone open, ends up making the smart decision and throwing that ball away before he ends up getting sacked. Third and 4 from the shotgun formation, Trubisky back to throw once more, looking for the end zone, and that one's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins getting his second interception of the day, and what's that now? 4 interceptions thrown from Mitchell Trubisky. This is one heck of a sloppy game. So many turnovers, and we're still only in the first half. With 15 seconds left, we're going to run the read-out or wildcat formation there with Bryce Love. Took a huge shot there, and like I said before, I'm not trying to lose anybody else. I'm not in any hurry at all at this point to try to run a play. We'll just go ahead and take this to the second half. Everybody's got their health. At least for Antonio Gibson, we'll still have to check him out at the end of the game. I mean, I don't know how long a broken wrist will keep him out of this game. Hopefully, he'll at least be back. If not by the end of the season, he'll be back at round 1, because I don't think we're going to get the number 1 seed in that first round bye this year. But first down and 10 here, Mitchell Trubisky with the ball. Again, with another chance to try to tie this game up in the second half. Handoff goes here to Tariq Cohen, gets a gain of 7 yards. Second and 3, handoff once more to Tariq Cohen, ends up shoving off a tackle there from Khalil Hudson. Okay, I'll take that, I guess. Ends up getting stopped for a gain of nothing, though. Third and 3, Trubisky from the shotgun formation across the middle, ends up finding Allen Robinson. No, that's Cortland Sutton making the catch there across the middle for another Bears first down. From the 44-yard line, first and 10, Trubisky still back to throw, under pressure, throws this one into double coverage, and Emmanuel Hudson, he had his second interception there, but he just decides to swat that ball away. I mean, it's all good, I guess, as long as the Bears don't get any points on this drive. Second down, handoff goes to Tariq Cohen, who ends up turning that into a gain of 5 yards, gets the Bears to a third and 5 from almost at midfield. Trubisky dropping back to throw, looking, can't find anybody open, rolls the pocket to his right, and ends up throwing an interception again. This one time it goes to Khalil Hudson, who's off on the return, gets this ball up to the 42-yard line, and that puts an end to the drive for the Chicago Bears. Now Washington with the ball, handoff goes to Trey Sherman, and once again he is stopped by Khalil Mack. Running outside on this Bears defense definitely has not been working as of lately, and throwing under pressure there, Mac Jones. Once again, Khalil Mack, the guy I was worried about, ends up pressuring that one, causes the overthrow there by Mac Jones. On 3rd and 5, we end up running the ball. Safe run there with Bryce Love, ends up turning into a 4th and inches, and instead of punting this one, we're going to go for it here. 4th and inches from the 48-yard line. Mac Jones under center, hands this ball off to Bryce Love, who gets just enough by the skin of his teeth. Ends up getting tackled by Goldman, but across the first down marker. Keeping this ball on the ground, handoff goes to Bryce Love once more. This time he's stopped only for a gain of 2 yards. From the 45-yard line, 2nd and 8. Mac Jones in the shotgun formation, looking to dial up a play to go deep. Dropping back in the pocket, waiting for someone to come open. Nobody's open. We're trying to release the tight end, Pat Fryermuth, and he finally releases. Ends up making the catch and trucks over a Bears defender, gets all the way down to the 38-yard line. Man, he took forever to release. Now 3rd and 1 here. Hit us, we're throwing the ball once more, and that one is going to sail, intercepted for our 5th. Yes, our 5th interception thrown with Mac Jones. You know what? Throwing the ball is just not working out right now. At this point, I'm just almost ready to just go ahead and completely abandon throwing the ball and just try to focus on running the ball. And so hopefully we just milk this clock away, because throwing is just really not working out for both teams. As you see, the Bears are just really trying to determine to stick to the run game. 3rd and 1 here from the 29-yard line. Trubisky back in the shotgun formation. Snap is off, and it's going to be a handoff to Tariq Cohen, and he is stopped. Daniil Hunter leading the charge there for the Washington football defense. Now a 4th and 1 here from the 29-yard line. Handoff once again goes to Tariq Cohen, and this time nobody's able to stop him until he picks up that first down all the way up to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Mitchell Trubisky dropping back to throw. He hasn't had the most luck, and I can't be one to talk because Mac Jones hasn't had any luck either. But this time Trubisky going to take off and almost pick up the first down there with his legs. Gets the Bears to a 2nd and inches here from the 45-yard line. Trubisky under center, making adjustments, trying to figure out how to block this Washington offensive or defensive front. Handoff goes to Tariq Cohen, and Trubisky lined his guys up perfectly as Tariq Cohen had a freaking lane to run through, getting all the way across midfield to the opposite 35-yard line. Right back to Tariq Cohen, and this time he is stopped by Eric Wilson coming through, stopping him after a gain of only 4 yards there. 2nd and 6, back to throw once more under pressure, and somehow got that pass off. I don't know if that was intentional, but I feel like Daniil Hunter just helped Mitchell Trubisky complete that pass to Tariq Cohen there. Now on 3rd and 2, he's under pressure once more, and he's not going to be able to get this pass off as Khalil Hudson comes screaming off the edge there, bringing down Trubisky, and the Bears are going to have to settle for a field goal here in the 4th quarter with 4 minutes left here in this ball game. Now, on Washington, we have some things to figure out here now. Passing game has not been working very well for us. Like I mentioned with Khalil Hudson and Roquan Smith, they have been tormenting our offense all game long. We're going to just try to abandon the passing game as much as we possibly can and try to just rely on this run game to carry us through the remainder of this game. 2nd and 6 here from the 29-yard line. Handoff goes to Bryce Love, who picks up the first down, and the Bears try to strip away. And, yeah, we got on secure ball carrier. You're not going to easily strip us, hopefully at least. First down from the 39-yard line. Handoff goes to Trey Sherman right up the middle. Ends up gaining 5 yards there. Gets us to a 2nd and 5. 2-minute warning is approaching here in the second half. Handoff goes to Bryce Love, who almost gets to the first down. Actually, did he? And yes, he actually did get the first down. Generous spot there by the referees. First down for Washington. 2-minute warning has hit here. Bryce Love gets the carry once more. Turns that into another Washington first down as he gets a gain of about 12 yards there. Bears have not called a timeout just yet. Under a minute and 20 seconds left here in the first half, or final half of the game in the 4th quarter. Bears are going to call their first timeout there now. 2nd and 9 here from the 37-yard line. Still sticking with the theme of running this football. Trey Sherman gets his number called, and that's going to bring up another Bears timeout there. 3rd and 7, 1 timeout left here for Chicago. And if you thought I was putting that ball in the air, you were sadly mistaken. There was no way in hell I was going to pass that ball there with the way things have been going. We end up calling on Dustin Hopkins to make this a full 7-point lead here for the Washington football team. And now this game is officially in the hands of Mitchell Trubisky. You have 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the game. You have not really been able to throw the ball very well at all this game. You've thrown about 5, maybe even 6 interceptions. Are you going to be able to pull it together enough to march your team down the field? Let's find out. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Mitchell Trubisky dropping back to throw. Ends up finding his receiver, Cortland, underneath, who makes the catch but is unable to get out of bounds. The Bears are forced to call hurry up offense here. 44 seconds left here in this game. 2nd and 6 here from the 25-yard line. Trubisky dropping back to throw. Has time in the pocket, throwing, looking for, end up finding Cole Kmet, who gets all the way up almost to midfield. Ends up getting brought down at the 48-yard line. Bears are running out of time with 19 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Trubisky dropping back to throw. Getting pressure here from Daniel Hunter and just barely had enough time to get that pass all away. Ends up sailing out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 from the 48-yard line. 14 seconds left here in the game. Trubisky back in the shotgun formation. He's dropping back to throw. Looking to go deep. Can't find anybody open right now. Tries to extend this play with his legs. Throws on the run, and that one is going to be intercepted. That is going to be the ball game. Ronald Darby ends up getting the game-sealing, game-winning interception for the Washington football team as we move on to 9-3, and the Bears' playoff hopes takes another hit as they drop down to 5 mistakes. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys are subscribed for more Washington football team franchise gameplays, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.
Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebacker, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble.